What I'm doing here is I'm turning little coffee cups. There's a particular friend of mine who's quite close to me, is getting married, and I thought it'd be a nice thing to make a little coffee cup for everybody who attends the wedding. And lots of them, lots of guests are coming from New Zealand, so it means that they can happily fit one in their case going home, hopefully. And I think probably what's interesting here is, I think lots of people adhere, they stick the pot to the wheel head. It takes too much time, and I suppose out of habit or kind of getting used to it, I'm just able to damp the rim and the wheel head, put it in, tap it on centre, and that's a really good skill to have because it's just so useful when it goes off centre. And I should say that all these little mugs are different, and it's been fun to make. Whoops, they've been fun to make. That happens. They've been fun to make because I suppose I can explore mug shapes, handle shapes, and what I also can do is explore glazes and glaze combinations, because the idea is that they're all individual. I kind of like that idea, not that they're all matching. So now, damp the wheel head, damp the rim, sponge down. Where I keep my tools is important, because you don't really want to be looking for them, and you don't want them disappearing into the wheel box, so I wouldn't keep them in the wheel box. I usually have a pointer stuck into a lump of clay on the top of the wheel, back of the wheel there, and I usually have them sticking there. That means they're always accessible. I did often think about if I had a piece of elastic, I could have the tools hanging here and I could just bring it down, use it, and let it go up again. But I've never done it. Full of ideas, but no action. Anyway, I'm just pulling handle stubs here. I have a lot of little individual espresso cups which are being made as favours for somebody's wedding, and so I'm putting the handles, I'm pulling the stubs now and pull the handles. So they're all different, and I've just had them outside drying off a little bit, so this will just it's kind of nice because I can play with form and I can play with handles. So I can play around, where's the handle going to be? On all of them it can be different, and it doesn't matter. It's me having fun. Now obviously you have to cross hatch. I like pulling handles on the pot, so you have to cross hatch, and this is a medieval technique, believe it or not. And in all the shards that the archaeologists find, they're never broken at the join. I'll explain this a little bit more, but I would hold the stub at the end, not at the top, support the clay, and I just roll it in. So it's actually swelling against the pot. Thumb goes all the way around to seal it, and then I'm putting manners on it. I thin it out, and I think that it's very important that look at that, lovely, has to come out straight. I think it's important that the edges are thin. In the beginning, I notice a lot of people make the edges thick, and you know, we make a lot of decisions, or we form opinions subliminally by what we see. So if you're to get a handle that looks nice and light, like that, I think it's pretty good. It can be thick in the middle, but the edge is to be thinned, and that's important. And then the other thing is that I like the pot, it's organic, or the handle, it grows out of the pot, it's been pulled off the pot. So when it goes back, it has to go to somewhere very specific, but if it's joined on in such a way as it embraces the pot again. So instead of going straight out, I'm coming down at an angle. So I'm following the, I don't know if you can see it, following the line of the handle down. So it's all, whoops, I pushed in there a little bit. This is a little bit on the soft side. And I notice I was a little bit flahulak here with my cross hatching, so we'll tidy that up a bit. There we go. And then, yeah, that'll just dry. So that different shapes require different handles, and I suppose we all bring our own baggage to the party. I have a preference for handles that kind of fall down as opposed to kind of go up and down. I like them coming down, but that's, or straight out, so that's definitely my thing. Now, I've chopped all of these slugs down, so when I pick them up, you can see I have a flat edge there. I don't know if you can see it if I held it close to the camera. So then that just, I push it up. I don't know if I'm rocking back and forth, pushing it up, so it's swelling in against the pot, and I'm sealing it, and then I'm pulling away. And I suppose the objective about this is to get a nice handle with the minimum amount of clay left over, because any clay you have left over needs to be recycled. Now, so that's coming straight, hopefully it's coming out straight, yeah. And then I'll just join there at that angle. So that's what I have to recycle, not a lot. That'll save the cameraman, Dylan, from having to do lots of recycling. He does it all, you know, I just mess around really. Anyway, so here's another one. So this is kind of an interesting one. So I have a little lump missing here, so that's where the handle's going to join. Now let's go for a different handle this time. It's kind of nice to have them all different. So now, this is very different. See where I'm pulling that handle there? So now, having told you I like handles that fall, it's probably a good idea to do things that you don't like the odd time, because you're going to learn something from it. And I find that I have a nail, thumbnail, that allows me to get that line, which is decorative, on the handle. And then of course you can just roll it like that. As they used to say on television, roll it there, Colette. So there's a nice little handle. So let's just pull that in there a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, that'll do. So now we put that one there. Whoops, we don't want to touch. So here's another one, and I see there's a little, there was an air bubble or something there, so it's got a little lump out of it, so that's where I'm going to put the handle. Now, so I've got loads of these to do, 70 something, 72 I think, and then I have another 100 to make at a later date. I just don't want to do them all at once because of the boredom factor. I get bored rather easily, so probably more interesting. Keep it a little bit fresh. So there you go again, that's a different handle.